This is the Squash Pod. We are live on location at Sophia Gardens, the mecca of basically all sport that is in Wales, and we are really lucky to be joined by David Evans, who is one of the, I guess, how would we describe you, as one of the front runners or the leading lights, I guess, of squash in Wales. You've been around for a little while.
Yeah.
I don't want to remind you of your age, David, but how old are you at the moment?
43.
43.
So yeah, I wouldn't say I'm the leading light anymore, that's for sure.
one year older than me, but you've certainly achieved a great deal in the game, and you do so much to help the development of squash in Wales, don't you?
Yeah, I was fortunate to be a professional player myself from the age of 18.
Yeah.
So I had many years on the professional tour, playing the tournaments and trying to get the world ranking.
Yeah.
And then now I moved after I finished playing. I went into coaching.
Yeah.
I moved to Jersey for 5 years, took up a coaching position there, and then came back to Wales and been here ever since.
So at the height of your career, you kind of got to world number 3, didn't you?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, sort of a long few years ago
Yeah.
that was, but yeah, I managed to get to sort of 3 in the world, and I managed to win a British Open.
And the British
which
Open
was
as well, yeah.
obviously a big achievement in myself.
2000 or so,
2000 that was, yeah.
Yeah. Amazing to have that memory.
Yeah, it's like loads of fond memories really, and
Yeah.
another one they're on a personal sort of level, but we've reached the final of the World Team Championships with Wales,
Yeah.
which didn't get publicised as much as some of the mainstream sports, but that's I'm a very proud Welsh person, and to do that as a team was excellent.
Yeah. Oh, fantastic. So one of the things that I was really wanted to ask you about was your nickname. So nickname seems to be all the rage in squash at the moment.
Depends which one you're going to say.
Yeah. So I'm going to keep probably the clean one, I guess, Emu.
Oh, right, yes.
So how did this come about?
That's from another sort of Welsh legend squash player, actually, a guy called Adrian Davies, who was instrumental in squash in Wales, and he set up the Leeks Wizards a long time ago.
I think I've heard of that name.
He was a top 10 player in the world, someone who I used to look up to and practice with.
Someone said that he was incredibly talented, but it didn't quite reach, because he had all the talent in the world.
Yeah, extremely talented player and read the game really well. But to say he perhaps didn't reach his potential is perhaps quite unfair, because he did get a 7 in the world when you had Jahangir Khan, Jansher Khan, and they were around. So he was a very good player. So he was the one that came up with a nickname of Emu to me, actually, and it was quite a bizarre sort of set of surroundings, really. We were playing in the European Team Championships, and in France, Aix-en-Provence, and the tournament had finished, and we sort of used to have a customary game of football with some of the other countries before we sort of joined in with the festivities at the end. And I was playing up front, goal hanging, as you do, try and score, and just because of my height, etc., above everyone else.
Peter Crouch, yeah?
Yeah, he came out with this name, that Lollopin Emu, and it's stuck ever since.
So I guess you may have sort of coined the whole nickname craze in squash, maybe.
Well,
were nicknames the done thing back then, or?
No, not so much back then. There was more sort of the banter back then,
right.
Whereas now the nicknames are more sort of for TV, the commentary. It's done a lot different, really.
Yeah.
Probably some of the nicknames back in my day that you couldn't actually repeat.
Fantastic. The podcast that we're doing this month is focusing a little bit around technology in squash.
Oh yeah.
And so I really wanted to ask you, with the length of career that you've had to maintain that level of success, what would you say has been the secret to your longevity?
I think the main longevity is more being smart with the training, really. Looking after your body. Sort of the boring things, really, of warming up, cooling down, and just generally maintaining your body. And another thing is, to be honest with you, you've got to be lucky as well.
No injuries.
No injuries, or no serious injuries. There's lots of people. Another guy who used to be the national coach, he retired when he was 26 at 2 in the world, Chris Robertson. So that's just unlucky as well.
How have you seen technology change in the sort of 20 odd years that you've been competing?
Oh, hugely. The first and foremost are the rackets. When I first started as a youngster, it was the wooden racket, where you sort of forced you to play double-handed, really, because they were that heavy. So the rackets of today, they're so much lighter, a lot more powerful. That's a big thing, which makes the game a lot faster, a lot more dynamic, a lot more sort of shots.
Yeah.
The other thing is the actual squash court, the glass box that we play in.
Yeah.
When sort of, I remember when I was playing, it was a perspex court where to watch it on telly you couldn't really see the players, never mind the ball.
Yeah.
But now if anyone's lucky enough to see the squash TV, the pictures are amazing. It's a lot clearer, the court's a lot better, the lighting.
Yeah.
So they're generally doing a really good job, to be honest. They're trying to make it a lot more visible for everyone.
And last question, David,
Yeah.
is what one piece of gear or technology would you say you couldn't do without?
Well, I'm going to be boring. Just as a squash player, you can't do without a racket.
Ah, you can do better than that.
Can I do better than that?
Yeah.
Well,
Any bit of kit or technology?
Can't do without. But people who know me, they'll know this is probably not
Old
true.
school.
But my heart rate monitor,
Right. Okay.
just to know whether not that I am anymore, but whether you're training in the correct zones.
So you're one of these that your heart rate you're super fit naturally or genetically, or you have to work at it?
Well, at my age, I wouldn't say any of those now. But no, it's the same as anything. I know you get some people who are a little bit naturally fit, but they generally put the work in. No one can, not at top level, nobody can get extremely fit without putting the hard work in. So that's just a motto for any player, any level. If you want to get fit, you need to work hard, and if you want to hit a good squash ball, you need to hit lots of balls. So practice will get you there.
So really, you've had to kind of adapt your game over time, or was fitness not your thing when you were in your 20s?
Yeah, and to be honest, the game when I played, was a lot different to what it is now. It was a lot more traditional, attritional back in the day.
Yeah.
Whereas now, the game is far more exciting with all the fast racket, the good rackets and the courts.
Skills.
So it's a lot more dynamic now. So physical side is a lot more important in the game nowadays. So they need to look after themselves and do really well.
Oh, brilliant, David. Thank you so much for joining us.
That's okay, no problem. Thank you.
Absolute legend. Thank you.
Thanks.